I want to bring this up before you leave, Tug, because Joe, we didn't talk about this last episode because I think it is interesting. Syracuse, one of their top recruits, Darius Baisley, has decommitted. He's ranked number 9 overall.
Yep.
To go to the G League.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a Baisley jersey. Like this is my shit. This is like fuck the NCAA. Go to the G League.
But they only pay currently $26,000 a year. So I think
he's taking a pay cut from the offer that he got from Kentucky,
from Syracuse.
Yeah.
Did he say why he was going to G League and not to like overseas? Is there any, who knows?
Well, he doesn't say, but he said the G League will have the most to offer considering the development league for the NBA. I will get more out of it. Yeah, he did say actually. I will get more.
He didn't say specifically.
He didn't say specifically. Then I read the quote. I will get more out of this than going overseas. The G League is the closest thing to the NBA. And he will make $26,000 next year. And again, a top 10 recruit. This is the first time this has ever happened.
I love it. I think it needs to happen more. And you know why he probably I know everybody loves to fucking say I'm a slipper, but like LeBron James said this like 3 weeks ago. And now some college kid is like, yeah, I'm going to do that. Like when the best player in the world goes, I'd like to see more people going to the G League. Like that's got to be a factor, right?
Yeah. And, Silver has talked about raising the pay to 6 figures. Dude, if they raise the pay to 6 figures,
yes,
game changer. Dudes will not be going to all these blue bloods at all. They're just going to go straight to the G League.
And then it's going to be an interesting change in like how does that affect the draft? How does that affect like I mean how does he end up in the G League? Like how does they pick what team he's going on? And then like is he developing with that team? Do they have any sort of ownership rights? Could they bring him up in the middle of next year?
Like baseball or hockey?
Yeah. Because they are a G League team for an NBA team.
Sure.
So
is the NBA the Don in this situation? Like, does the NCAA? Who's the sun in this solar system? Like the NBA? Because then the trust funds of these colleges will be like, listen, we'll give you a kickback. We need money,
right?
So I mean, right? I mean, I feel like the NBA is the boss in this situation.
Yeah,
and the colleges have to work with them.
They are. The NBA is going to be calling, and Praino brings up a great point. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out, and then also how it plays out at the collegiate level. Because if suddenly you're losing, let's just toss that random number. Let's say 1 year, 5 of the top 20 players go to the G League. That is drastically going to affect college basketball, not only the actual game, how coaches recruit, and then how the NCAA will then react in their own respect, right? How then they're going to do things moving forward.
But see, the thing is, I think that this is the answer. Everybody's like, well, what do you do? I'm like, this is what you do, because the guys who are able to go to the G League right now or go and play overseas right now, they're ready to compete. Or maybe not, we'll find out. But they're the guys who think that they're ready to compete at a professional level. They're top whatever recruits. Those guys are just one and done in college basketball anyway.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that, because I'm not a big college basketball guy because I don't like the quality of the game. There are other people who are like, but every game ends on a fucking second shot. I'm like, cool. If you want to watch less quality basketball and it's exciting and any team can beat anybody, then go for it. I don't think it's going to affect how many people go to Villanova basketball games or how many people go to Syracuse basketball games.
It's already been done.
Yeah.
We had a window where we tried it.
Yeah. Like college basketball, I don't think suffers in like ratings and suffers in like, ticket sales. Like,
I agree.
The people at Syracuse are going to the Carrier Dome for warmth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fuck.
Yeah, people. That's one thing I saw this weekend is like people just love the school. You know, as the game changes, they're still going to love the school.
It's true.
So, and also, what was the last great one and done to like do damage? I mean, was it
Kentucky?
Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
2012.
When they won it all.
Yeah.
It was Kentucky. And it's true. I mean, look at Kentucky this year. They struggled all year.
I mean, every one and done guy this year was pretty much a bust this year. I mean, the guys, the high prospects.
As far as their teams?
Yeah, what they did. I mean,
Arizona, bust.
Kid from Oklahoma.
Kentucky, bust. Trae Young.
Duke. They lost.
Duke in the the Final 8. They didn't make, you know, and then
it's true.
And then my boy from Missouri who played like 3 games.
Yeah.
So I agree. I mean, it's going to be interesting. I'm always fascinated by the financials of it all.
I mean, like as a Michigan fan, like you're not, and that's a pretty big school. It has a great athletics program across the board. They've had guys go to the NBA. They had the Fab Five, but they also have years where they were competitive, where they didn't have guys who were necessarily. It's like you tell me, or you're like, oh, this year we have some NBA guys. Like I'm going to care. And next year we don't have. Well, next year, like you're just like watching college basketball.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like watching Michigan basketball.
That's right. That's what I think. That's what everybody else is going to do too. I mean, so. But I'm curious to see how much Adam Silver wants to start dominating people with leverage. Like, the gambling thing. I think he's the most proactive with the gambling thing. He's going to get a piece of that action. He's going to start taking all the players from the G League.
He's been the most proactive of all these guys.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to see what he does the next. I'm excited to see how the winds of change happen in the NBA over football and baseball the next few years because he's pretty.
And I've said in talking about the football, like I think everybody's on the ratings are going to drop because people are kneeling. I'm like, that is such a short term look at it. Like we're going to lose people who are crazy military patriots in the next 2 years. I go, look at the long view. What about the young black athlete who's like, so wait, if I train my whole life to make it to the NFL and I have an opinion people don't like, they can just blackball me from the league? I think I'm going to play basketball. Where the NBA is like aware of how their players are affecting society and having a voice and being like having like political stances and having like if I was like a freak athlete right now and I was in high school, I'd be like, fuck the NFL. I can't even go to the NFL and wear like a certain pair of socks or people are going to be like, that's why you aren't on a team.
Yeah.
Because you wore socks that had a cartoon on it. Like, fuck you.
Yeah, he is right. Praino, especially with today's age, with social media, he's right. You can't have an opinion. I'm glad you brought the sock thing because it's so true. The NFL is run like military. That's the best comparison. It's run like the military. Everything has to be synchronized and matched and all that. Whereas the NBA, it's more free-flowing and guys can have opinions.
I mean, Odell Beckham wears shoes for warm-ups that he wants to, like, show off. And then he wears different shoes for the game that are, like, league-approved. Meanwhile, in the NBA, LeBron plays on a team that is maroon, gold, and, like, blue. And they wear fucking orange sneakers. Because he's like, yeah, I'm LeBron James, and I'm going to sell a lot of these. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here?
Yeah. Well, and that's what. Remember what happened with D'Angelo Williams? Remember when he wore because his mom had breast cancer and he wore pink out of the pink month, and he just kept getting fined. And then all the cheddar dicks online go, well, then what if they show up in fucking Ronald McDonald shoes? Well, then who cares?
Yeah.
Are they playing? Are they competing? That's all that matters.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what shoes they wear, what wristbands they wear. Who cares?
Is there a way for these athletes? Because football, one of the advantages for these freak athletes is the roster size.
Yeah.
The NBA is not very big.
Right.
So can we push them to baseball?
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
I feel like the efficiency of or the inefficiency of that market should still be exploited by great athletes.
Yeah, and honestly, we neither of us are soccer fans. I don't know if you're a soccer guy.
I'm a soccer appreciator.
But we've said.
What does that mean?
Like I'll watch a big game.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
I don't follow the whole year, but like
we've sort of been the people that poo-poo on the idea that like soccer's growing. Eventually, it's like how long have we've been saying since '94 when we got the World Cup? Like U.S. soccer, blah blah blah. But my thing is like the NFL dropping the ball could be the thing that helps like a soccer. It helps bring back a baseball. Like. I mean, Odell Beckham was for example, was a soccer guy. Like, you get these freak athletes, they could do anything. Like, LeBron James will be the best tight end in football in 6 weeks if he decides to retire from the NBA. Like, that's just these freak athletes. That's the way it is. So I think the NFL doing that, it could spread everywhere. It could go to a million different things.
That's a really good point.
Think about this. Just a big. Think about like the people go, oh, like what happens to a tackle? Well, he's probably going to be a UFC fighter. Like that's a growing. Like there's all kinds of sports where he goes, I can fucking put Monster Energy on the back of my shorts. I can put fuck you on the back of my shorts.
And you know what the analogy is? The analogy is basically what we have in the entertainment world. Notice how everything. With all the different streaming channels, with all the different podcasts, you can basically choose what you want and what you don't want, right?
Exactly.
And that's exactly, you're right, what these guys are going to start doing.
The guy on the couch right here is a great example. Like in the modern entertainment world, too good looking for network. He's like, I'm gonna do my own thing.
That's right.
I'm gonna go to streaming.
Yeah.
Burn people's eyeballs.
Yeah, exactly. So it's I think Praino is making a great point, and I do think that's what's going to happen. It's kind of like now where people, I went at ESPN tonight from some stupid fucking tweet they did, but it's the same thing. People say, oh, well, you do have options.
Yeah.
I don't watch ESPN ever, unless it's the game. I don't watch SportsCenter. You know why? I have NBA TV.
Yeah.
I have the NFL Network. I have MLB TV. I can watch all those different sports and the actual highlights.
And I look forward to the day that all the rah-rah patriots in this country are watching 400 slow white guys playing the NFL, and it's like suddenly it's the 1960s again, and they're watching Dick Butkus dominate the middle of the field.
Baseball money is guaranteed,
he stands.
right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. If I think the barrier to entry is like where can I fit in the marketplace where I can get rich for being athletic? I mean, I would start looking at baseball.
Well, the basketball contracts are pretty ridiculous.
They are, but there's only 15 positions. Like there's more opportunity in baseball for you to be like, yes, if you're great at basketball, I would go to basketball first.
Yeah.
But like if you're still great at something else, I would like look for a way to throw a fastball by someone.
But I think like you look at again, I think it's going to go. I think it's just going to be like everywhere. Yeah. Like look at the Williams sisters. Look at Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
You want to be the greatest tennis player of all time? Like, be a super athletic black kid and pick up a tennis racket for 3 minutes. You know what I mean? Like,
it's dominant.
Like the Williams sisters, they're out there and they're like, what? Like, so this is what it was before we got here? It was like a bunch of like chicks having like a tea party.
Monica Seles.
Yeah, like grunting.
I mean, think about it. Think about Monica Seles. Remember how good she was?
She was.
Till that guy stabbed her.
For her to hit the ball half as hard as Serena Williams, she had to give so much effort. She was birthing a baby with every back. It was just like, ah! Like you hit the ball 40 miles an hour.
She used two hands on both sides.
I think she was just.
That's a little nugget.
I think the reason Monica Seles made all those noises, she was just practicing when she actually got stabbed. The noises she was going to make.
That's the beauty of Dante DiVincenzo, that he started this whole thing.
Yep.
And here we are ending with Monica Seles. It's a wonderful world, this sports.
Well, you know what else is a wonderful world? Dirty sports. This is how we do it, Tug.
I know. I appreciate it. And it's my time. That's my TC half hour.
Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast.